All right, and Michaela's singing means that we are back in the lobby bar for the week of November the 21st, 2022. Brian and Michaela here with you as always. And Michaela, we're recording this early because you and I are both going to be traveling on the road next week. A lot of people are going to be traveling here in the US. It's Thanksgiving week, so a lot of people are headed out of town, going to see some family or going on a trip, which is something my wife and I like to do kind of this week, take a week off for ourselves, and that is exactly what we're doing. But we wanted to hop on here and record a lobby bar early for everyone because you had a lot of really fun drinks on your cruise, and we didn't get to talk about them last week in the lobby bar. So this week, hopefully, you brought some cruise drinks for us. Give us some good ideas for Thanksgiving, all that good stuff. So, Michaela, take it away. What are we drinking in the lobby bar?
So I have three drinks that I want to talk to you about. And that's a lot for the lobby bar. Just bear with us because these are really good. And I drank them the entire time I was on the cruise. The first one was I discovered in the Japanese restaurant that it was on board. It's called She's a Geisha. And no relation to Tom Jones. It's really amazing. If you like sake, this is a game changer for you. It is 2 ounces of sake, half an ounce of pomegranate syrup, 3/4 of an ounce of rose syrup, and 6 blueberries. Now, for both of those syrups, it's just a simple syrup added to the either pomegranate or rose. You can also use rose water if you don't want to use like rose petals. That's fine too. That's probably an easier way to do it. So what you're going to do is you're going to muddle the blueberries at the bottom of just a rocks glass. And you're going to do that with like a spoon or a pestle. And then you're going to pour the sake over some ice in the glass, give it a good stir, and don't strain it or anything. You're just going to leave it all muddled. And it's you're pouring the sake, the 2 ounces of sake, and then the syrups on, give it a nice stir. And that's it. It's super easy to make once you have the syrups created. And it is so delicious. I may or may not have had like 5 or 6 of them in a sitting when I was having dinner one night. And it was amazing.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Sake is something that we've both liked for a long time, but we've never really done sake cocktails until we did one for the Bullet Train episode a few weeks back. Was really, really delicious. That one was good. So definitely go check that one out. Because you'll be buying a bottle of sake to make this. And then, spoiler warning, here in a couple of weeks, we're going to be doing a cocktail that involves some sake too. So go ahead and grab yourself a bottle or two of that. And yeah, that cocktail sounds delicious. I saw your pictures of it. It looked really good. Very jealous of the sake tasting and that whole thing that you did. So definitely excited to try that out. But what else? You were on that boat for a week. I know you didn't settle for one drink. If I know anything about you.
Yeah, if you know nothing about me, you know that I like to do it all. So another drink that I discovered, we have talked about the French 75 a lot in the last few weeks. We first covered it when we did Casablanca. It's got some wine in it, some sparkling wine or champagne. It's got some simple syrup and some lemon juice. It's a pretty easy drink to make. What I discovered on this trip was if you add 1 ounce to 2 ounces of Hennessy, which is a cognac, into that mix, it is a game changer. I didn't realize I liked Hennessy. For me, it's very boozy. It kind of had a whiskey mouthfeel to it that I did not think I was going to enjoy, but it was a specialty in one of the bars that I sat in a lot, and they were like, oh, just give it a shot. And we had unlimited alcohol, so why not? And it turned out to be really amazing. So again, it's very simple. It's going to be 1.5 ounces of your Hennessy, half an ounce of simple syrup, 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice, not lime juice. Don't do that. And then you're just going to put that into a glass. You're going to top that with some sparkling wine or champagne. You do a twist of lemon to make it pretty. It is delicious.
Yeah, that sounds really delicious. So the French 75 is basically that same cocktail, except it's made with gin instead of the Hennessy, the cognac, what have you. Now, using cognac, that's from France. That's like an extra French 75, like a French 150. You gotta double it up, I guess, if you're going with extra French ingredients there. But yeah, that sounds delicious. And I personally love cognac. Um, uh, the flannel is one of my favorite fall cocktails, which is cognac based, which is really delicious. Has kind of that umptious mouthfeel. So definitely going to be giving that a try. That sounds fancy and right up my alley for coming up on Thanksgiving week here. But that's two, Michaela. You promised us three. One more. What do you got?
Okay. The third one was a mint. I don't know what they called it. It was the welcome drink that they gave us when we got on board. But here's what it encapsulated. It was simple syrup, it was lemon, and it was sparkling wine, but it had muddled mint at the bottom of it with a sprig of mint on top. So it felt very much like half of a French 75. But they used mint. There was no booze in it whatsoever. It was just a champagne kind of cocktail.
Okay.
And the pictures are beautiful. We'll post them on on all the things. We'll post them on all the things. But it's the same thing. So I don't know exactly, but I tried to recreate it. It's half an ounce of simple syrup, 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice. You're just going to fill your champagne glass with champagne after putting those in your glass. And you're going to use a lemon twist and then some muddled lime or muddled mint in there. I can't talk today at all. You're going to muddle some mint and you're going to use a sprig of mint. And it's very it's refreshing and it feels very islandish, even though there's no melons or pineapple in it or coconut.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to really explain, but it felt very fancy when we got on board. And
yeah, I would imagine it's very fresh tasting with that mint, which sounds really nice. Kind of a play on that mojito, I guess. Kind of thing you get.
Yeah, totally. But it's not as sweet. So if you like a mojito because you like the freshness, but they tend to, kind of make you wring out your tongue because it's so sweet, this was a great take on it, because it was enough to feel you felt the booziness of the champagne, but you could have a few of these and not have it wreck your night or give you a big hangover because it's just a little bit of champagne. And it was like depending on who made it, because after this, of course, I ordered it 16 more times. And sometimes if they used a lot of mint, it was very minty. Sometimes they would just kind of sprinkle it on top. It wasn't as minty. So play with it a little bit, enjoy it. I have no idea what to call this. I'm just going to call it the Welcome Royale. How about that?
Michaela's Welcome Royale. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that sounds really good. It sounds like a really good way to jazz up if you've got a bottle of sparkling wine that maybe is not the best or of the highest quality, and you just wanted to jazz it up a little bit. That sounds really good. A really kind of easy thing to do, especially if you're doing like a dinner party or something, and you don't want to be sprigging for like $50 bottles of champagne. You want to be getting like $10 bottles of sparkling American wine. That's what you want to be doing.
You want your Wycliffe
this way. Yeah, you want Michaela's Wycliffe is what you want. And what do people want in the box office? So we don't know because we're recording it early, but I guarantee 10 times out of 10 Black Panther Wakanda Forever's going to make a lot of money again still this weekend as we are working our way to the Thanksgiving week here. So Black Panther Wakanda Forever, it's already up to almost $200 million as of recording this. It's going to shoot itself way up into the top 5 as we go. And of course, we'll keep an eye on that once we return from our travels. But we did want to hop on here, in addition to going through Michaela's cocktail booze cruise she was just on. It was a real cruise, but there was booze. There are 4 releases coming out for Thanksgiving weekend. Thanksgiving weekend here in the US is kind of hit or miss when it comes to movies. Either they're real big movie weekends or they're really not big movie weekends. And it seems like some studios are taking the chance to put some, kind of smaller, more, I don't want to say indie films, but more, kind of more nuanced films out there, I guess, to go alongside of this big, huge Marvel behemoth that is Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. And the first one I want to talk about a little bit here, if you look at any kind of pre-Oscar list, the number one movie on those lists, basically in every category, is The Fabelmans. It's the new Steven Spielberg film, which is loosely based on his own life growing up in Arizona as an aspiring filmmaker. It looks incredible. I believe John Williams is doing the music for it. It's going to be one of the last things that he does as he's set to retire, but it looks amazing. I'm very excited to see it. I can't wait to see it. It's going to be spectacular.
It's going to be amazing. I mean, how can it not be? It's, first of all, the cast is amazing. It's got Michelle Williams. It's got Paul Dano. It's got Seth Rogen. It's got tons of people in it. It looks great. Obviously, it's about Steven Spielberg as a child, so I'm gonna hearken to think that he is gonna have done all the things that need to be done to make this both visually stunning. I didn't know that John Williams was going to be doing the music, but now that I know that, I mean, there's just no reason not that this is not at the top of everybody's Oscar list. And it's probably going to be really fun too. It's probably going to be a pretty fun story.
Yeah, I would think so. I would think, yeah, it'll be kind of lighthearted and playful in a way. I think, while still being serious, which is exactly how Steven Spielberg likes to do his movies. And here's a pro tip for everyone, any aspiring filmmakers out there. As you mentioned, Michaela, it has Michelle Williams in it. If you put Michelle Williams in your movie, it's probably going to get nominated for an Oscar. She's probably going to get nominated for an Oscar. That's just the way that it works. So we've got that coming out. We've got an animated film from Disney coming out. It's called Strange World, which looks pretty fun. It's got Jake Gyllenhaal's doing one of the voices. It's written by Keen Yen, who was the writer for Raya and Last Dragon, which I liked quite a bit. So definitely looking forward to that. That'll be something good to take the kids to. And then we've got two other ones coming out. We have one, which is called Devotion. Have you seen anything about this one, Michaela? This one looks inspiring and pretty great. And it stars Jonathan Majors, who I adore. I think he's amazing. It stars Glenn Powell, who just, took over the world of Top Gun over the summer. And it looks so good. I'm very excited for this one.
I actually have no idea what you're talking about, so tell me all the things.
So this is a based on a true story. It's a pair of Navy fighter pilots, a wingman set during the Korean War. And it plays a lot on like race relations in that time in the United States and within the military. I don't remember what film I was seeing when I saw the preview for it, but yeah, it looks so good. So good.
I didn't know it was called Devotion. Okay. So this is about like the fighter pilots in the Navy. Got it. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. I didn't know it had Glenn Powell in it either. Oh, that's exciting. I'm looking it up now. Oh, it's got Joe Jonas in it. Okay. And Jonathan Majors. Oh, he's amazing. Oh, I'm so excited. I didn't know this was coming out this weekend. Good to know. Yeah. So Oscar season is officially on us then, because all of this stuff is going to be up for something.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. That one looks really good. I'm excited to see that one. More of this, fighter jets. So, that trended very well this year. So we'll see how that one does. And then there's one other one. I'm not super familiar with the story, but it is called Bones and All. It stars Timothée Chalamet. It is directed by Luca Guadagnino. I'm definitely saying that wrong, but this one, Best Director and Best Young Star at the Venice Film Festival. So probably also going to be really great. And Timothée Chalamet, kind of like Michelle Williams, right? Probably should just put Timothée Chalamet in your movie too. So
yeah. If he ever, I don't know, man. If he ever comes to Charlotte, we should buy him a drink. I'd love to know what some of these actors' favorite cocktail is. That should go on our Patreon site. We should figure that out because I bet he is a lot of fun to drink with. He's a lot of fun to watch pretty much in everything he has touched. He's just been brilliant. So I can't wait for this.
Yeah, so those four coming out this weekend. Obviously, like we said, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever is still going to be out in the theaters, still raking it in. So let us know if you're planning to get out and see any of these four. Let us know what you thought about Wakanda Forever, and let us know if you try any of these drinks Michaela enjoyed on her cruise. So let us know what you think about all that stuff. Hope if you're traveling this week, you are safe and have a happy-go-lucky time. And thanks for joining us this week in the Lobby Bar. We will be back next week with more cocktails and more movie news.